Greetings my saplings. In today's video we are going to be discussing the Travis Scott Jordan 6. To be specific, like always in these How to Cop guides, we will be discussing some release info, some background information, how to cop them, and of course, like always, some resale predictions. Kicking it off with the release info, the Travis Scott Jordan 6 releases October 11th after multiple delays. They come in men's for $250, grade school for $160, preschool for $80, and finally toddler for $60. It's a full family size run, guys. Regarding the men's pairs, there's a total of less than 65,000 made, which honestly isn't too limited at all considering some of the past limited releases we've seen, so you do have a good shot at getting these. Don't be too discouraged right off the bat. But with the release info out of the way, why don't we jump into the background information? And for those of you not interested in the background information, I'll put a time up here for you guys to skip to if you just want to jump right to the How to Cop. But for the rest of you, let's jump right into this. December 2nd, 2017, Travis Scott collaborated with Nike for the very first time to create the Cactus Jack Air Force One. Moving to June 9th, 2018, for $225, Cactus Jack returned to create another collaboration, this time the Cactus Jack Jordan 4, my personal favorite. This colorway is very reminiscent of the Houston Oilers colorway, as you can see. Then moving just a few months later to August 10th, 2018, for $150, we saw another Travis Scott Air Force One release. This colorway changed a ton, it's completely different. Moving to February 14th for $185, Travis was able to bring demand to the Jordan 33, a shoe that is often not very hyped, let's say. Also in February, we saw a shock drop for the Travis Scott Air Jordan 1 High. This was foreshadowing the primary drop, which was to occur May 11th, 2019. It's fair to say this is the majority of the people's favorite considering it had the most stock so far, yet it still has the highest resale. Following this, just recently, July 20th, for only $130, the Travis Scott Jordan 1 Lows released. This release helped bring more demand to Jordan 1 Lows in general, which provided many opportunities to profit since, so the Jordan 1 Low actually has been very beneficial for the reselling community. Regarding Jordan 1 Lows, a shoe that is often slept on, and now I see people all around me wearing all sorts of Jordan Lows when I never used to see this before. It's pretty incredible. Finally, for the very first time, a collaboration between Nike and Travis Scott will release a full family size run. This will be on the very first Jordan 6 collaboration with Travis Scott. With that being said, why don't we jump into how to cop these so you could get your hands on a pair of these Travis Scott Jordan 6s. Specifically, today we'll be going over the easiest and most efficient way for you guys to purchase the Travis Scott Jordan 6 manually without a bot or without any monitors required. To start, let's begin with the Travis Scott Shopify site. Travis's Shopify site will go live at a random time. I know most of you guys unfortunately don't have access to a monitor, hence you could feel free to follow my Twitter. My Twitter is KeithAdam10, where I will tweet out when it's live like I usually do. Despite it being a Shopify site, you can't make a bypass. Unfortunately, this is because the password page is up. Now, before any of you guys ask, because I'm already expecting this in the comments, no, you cannot make a bypass on his merch site, the Shop Travis Scott site. It's a completely different domain. No, you can't transfer it in any way. It's not going to be possible. So unfortunately, you're going to have to go about this without a bypass. And regardless, on sites with very high bot protection, while bot protection is on, the bypass actually hasn't been working, unfortunately. Moving on though, when I tweet out, simply just add the product to your cart and check out. They have the same Shopify package as Yeezy Supply, therefore you should expect there to be a checkpoint just like we recently saw on Yeezy Supply. Essentially, it's just self-explanatory. All you have to do is solve the CAPTCHA. Once you solve the CAPTCHA, you're able to wait in queue and just be patient from then on. Now what I want you guys to do as you're waiting in queue, do the same exact thing but on 2 other Chrome users, so they're completely different sessions. So then you will have a total of 3 Chrome users in queue, and as you see one get in or the second get in, of course, make sure you already have autofill set up on each of those Chrome users. Check out as fast as possible, because despite the fact that it's going to be in stock for a decent amount of time, considering the queue is going to be so long, you should still make sure to try to check out as soon as possible. I think that goes without saying though. The reason I say only 3, if you do use more than 3 on one IP address, you are risking getting banned, which I don't want to happen to you guys while you're waiting in queue. That would be quite unfortunate. So again, you can feel free to follow my Twitter. It's KeithAdam10. I'll tweet out when it's live there, and in addition to that, I just frequently tweet out smaller updates, nothing major. Anything major will go in the sneaker updates videos, and then of course smaller updates on the Twitter. But anyway, good luck there. Now let's also move on to another drop. Across all regions on the 11th, at the normal local release times, expect a sneakers draw. When it comes to this, I would not suggest using desktop anymore for very, very hype drops. For example, this would be one of them. Instead, I would only suggest entering all of your accounts with as many devices as possible within the allotted time. Normally, most regions are 30 minutes, and then US is allotted 10 minutes. If you do only have one device, I highly suggest you input your password and also your emails for all of your accounts in the Notes app of your phone. So once you're able to enter one account, you can log out, enter in another account. Don't worry, your entries are not voided. They do stick. You can log out completely fine and then just go in again. It's very simple. But that's it essentially. Other sites, of course, will be dropping too, but these are going to be best opportunities to cop easily as a manual user with no bots or no monitor. Of course, you could also try entering some raffles. A good source for raffles would be Sneaker Twitter. They do often tweet out when some raffles go live. I would suggest perusing their page if you haven't already. But with how to cop out of the way, why don't we move on to some resale predictions. Regarding the men's pairs, the grade school pair, the toddler, and the preschool, you should expect all of them to be profitable. Despite the high retails, you should also expect there to still be a healthy margin on these in all sizes. Worst comes to worst, hypothetically, if they don't happen to be doing so well because that retail is really high, you can always hold them, and it should be a fruitful hold similar to how the Travis Scott 33s were. But with that, I'm actually going to conclude it for today. I really do hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, feel free to leave a like if you perhaps learned anything too. Also, subscribe and turn on post notifications just to stay 100% updated on any hyped shoe that is upcoming. With that, have a great day and good luck.
Why are you always in my way, knocking me over every single day? Get your foot off my foot, ah.
Get your foot off my foot, yeah!
I should have run the other way. Now there's just one thing to say. Get your foot off my foot, ah.